What do you see for child care over here? What do you see for child care over here? Good job. I've never been, but I hear it's huge.
All right, excellent. Thank you. This number right here. No, it's not position. Move to the last table, please.
You get to switch wherever you want to go. Try not to go back to the seat when you start. All right. Oh, thank you. I got them for free.
I really want to give you a chance to listen to the community partners that do this every week. So we're going to do 5 minutes for this last question. It's going to be really rushed. This is not how you would do it with parents. You would do about 3 hours for the whole event from beginning to end, just so you have enough time to do everything. But for today, we'll do 5 minutes for this last question. Do your takeaway, put it on that wall, and then you can go back to your original tables and we'll debrief. Okay? So, 5 minutes starting now. Who do you rely on for support and why?
All right, who do you rely on for support and why? Like she was saying, normally we kind of go over what the last group did, but we'll skip the
I was going to say, right?
So anybody want to start on who they rely on for support? Did you both say brother? I said mother. And mother and brother. Okay, great. Okay.
It's nice to have someone at work. But it's just nice to have that support.
It's really just a lot of stuff. You need to trust them. They need to be in your head. Well, we're doing them in the schools right now, so the school adjustment counselors, I'm sorry, I didn't explain. The school adjustment counselors, they outreach to the families, and then we also
Anyone else?
and that number's always off for the break, right? Some people don't show up. We actually move forward. We do, I say 40, we order for like 30. And then we're
So as you're getting back to your table, to your tables, I should say, if we had the full time, what I would do is that I would ask everybody to, in silence, stand up and literally look at all of the sheets around the room. That's why we have the takeaways, because when you're looking at all of the sheets, you can kind of see all of the stickies, and you can kind of see what really caught people's attention, what was really important for them during the conversations. So I apologize that we won't have enough time to do that, but that's what we would do. So when you have all, look at all the sheets that you have, so you can spend a minute, and I usually try to ask parents to do it in silence, and they just walk around and they just kind of look, and then they sit back down. And then when we finish that part, we kind of, I always try to tell people, so tell me some of the things that you saw tonight, some of the things that you heard tonight. And somebody might say something like, I was reminded about journaling. I haven't done that since high school, and I saw that in a couple of the sheets. Somebody said, I need to get back to doing exercise. I forgot how good that made me feel. Somebody might say, I talked to my mom, and made me realize how much I need her for support, how much I call her. So parents will share some of those takeaways that you kind of talk about during the discussion. I'm not sure if you noticed, but while you guys were talking, I was taking little notes from the different sets of sheets. So if nobody says anything, I could say, well, I saw somebody says that they take a hot shower. I forgot about that. I need to take some of this. So you try to bring that information to them so you can encourage that conversation. Okay? So after you do a little bit of debrief, I usually try to close with, look at all the resources that you have in this room. All of you have strategies and things that you do to keep yourself safe and keep yourself strong for your families. You have it. You have the knowledge and the power here. It's important, and I'm so glad that we were able to share it tonight. So I want to make sure that everybody remembers that. There are some ways that we can close it. Some ways that I like to close it is a one-word closing. You go around and people say one word. A lot of people say energizing, nurturing, warm, welcoming, exciting, fun. So they'll give you some words about that experience. Another way to close it is, and if you have the budget to do it, it's a very nice one, is that you have them take the sticky, I will get bigger ones. They write a note to themselves. It's a commitment. A note to themselves about something they're going to do for themselves. I give envelopes, they put them in the envelope, they seal it, and they self-address it, and they give it to me. Once I get back to my agency, I mail that. So in a couple of days, that parent may have forgotten about what they wrote because life is stressful, right? This is like this little bubble that we're here for 3 hours. So they'll get that in the mail. If you have an early education center, you can put it in the kids' cubby, put that little envelope in there. You can give it to them when they come and pick up their child. Or if you have a meeting with that parent or with that family, you can say, oh, I forgot I had this for you. This was yours from the cafe. And it's a nice little reminder for people of stuff that they talked about that they felt during the cafe. All right? Other programs also close the cafe by having a story. You know, there's one of the crack pot, which is a famous one about the man who carries the water, and he has 2 jugs of water. One is cracked, the other one is not. And the crack pot always, says, Master, Master, you should throw me away kind of thing because I'm cracked. And he goes, absolutely no. Your side of the road is the only one with flowers. Because you're cracked, obviously it gets that water out and it nurtures the flowers. So it's a nice little story about the importance of, what we bring to our lives and that resilience piece. So there's many ways that people can sometimes close a cafe. What I always tell people too is make sure that if you're going to do these ongoing, if you can, give people a chance to know when the next one will be and the location. If not, just say we will be in contact with you and let you know when the next cafe is going to happen. And then you have time for the childcare, to come back and to do all those pieces, and you welcome them and you go. The last thing that I will say is that I always like to have a resource table. It's really important when you have a resiliency one, like tonight, for example, I would say at the back table you have free passes for yoga classes that the Y is offering. So you can have free passes for things. You can have little coupons for things. You can have a little sheet about taking care of yourself, ways to be resilient. Okay, and parents can take that. So it's, again, another little thing that they can take away with them. All right? Quick question about